If my mascara is running a little bit, it's because my contact started poking at me, and the rest is history. Hi everyone, I'm Randy. Welcome back to my channel. My cat is roaming around, so Avery, if you hear any noises, it's my cat in the background messing around with his food or knocking something over or whatever cats do. I thought I would sit down and kind of talk through what I just experienced on camera, because I thought, you know what? This could be a good YouTube video. It could be a fun thing to talk about, to get out there, a story to tell. And there is a part of me that feels some type of shame and just negative feelings about this experience, and I don't think that that's right of me, and I want to call myself out on that, and I don't want to hide and repress what I'm going through. I want to share it, because a huge part of why I created a YouTube channel is because I want to use my voice, and there are going to be lows and there are going to be highs, and it's okay to share them both. And I think it's important because, especially with the way social media is today, we are just, and I've talked about this before, I feel like I talk about it every time I turn the camera on, because it is so prominent in my mind. We are constantly just seeing highs all the time, people's best pictures and best moments and best achievements, and then we're walking around comparing our everyday lives, our struggles, our low moments to that picture, and it's so unhealthy and it's so toxic. And so I'm gonna come in here today and talk about a not so great experience that I had. There are some good parts of it and some cool parts of it, but also some not so cool ones, and I thought that I would sit down and share this on my YouTube channel. So if you're ready, I'm sure by the title you know where this is going, because of course I'm gonna use the cool title for clickbait. I mean, it's not clickbait, it really happened, but I'm gonna sit here with my coffee and I'm going to tell you the story about my very first time auditioning for that little show that we like to call American Idol. Cheers. So let's backtrack a little bit. Hi, my name is Randy and I am a singer, actress, performer living in New York. I am attempting to pursue that as a career. As I've been growing and making my way through my 20s, I'm currently 26 years old, I've just been exploring. I've been exploring what I feel most passionate about, what I gravitate towards. I love acting. I have a background in it. I really, really love dramatic acting. It's something that I've done in the past and I've been really passionate about. And then of course there's my voice, and that is really the thing that I kind of push on social media the most, because the great thing about platforms like this one and Instagram is it allows anybody to just put themselves out there. So basically, I have just been dabbling in everything and using this time in my life to explore and experiment and figure out what works, to audition for things, and I have faced a lot of rejection. I've had some really cool and exciting moments. It's very up and down, it's very inconsistent, it's very unstable, and it's very scary, especially if we're gonna be honest and open. When you struggle with your mental health, it's really, really hard to balance working on your mental health and pursuing a career in the performing arts. It's tough. It's a really hard balance. Therapy is everything. I highly recommend it. Life-saving. It was for me. That being said, I love it with my whole heart. I can't imagine myself doing anything else. They're mowing the lawn outside, and I don't want to do this again, because after I film this video, I'm going to need to take a nap. I saw that they were going to be holding auditions for American Idol. This is kind of like the reboot of it, because they ended it and then they brought it back again. I was a huge fan of the original show, a huge fan. I remember I was a kid, and this was when like we were still using VCR. My grandma used to tape the first season of American Idol, every episode, for me at her house, and I'd go to her house and I'd put in the VCR, and I remember watching Kelly Clarkson win American Idol, and that was such a huge deal. I love her. We were huge American Idol fans in my house, in my family. My favorite contestant other than Kelly Clarkson was Katharine McPhee, season 5, who was only runner-up, which was bull, but let's not even go there. Katharine McPhee, honestly the most influential vocalist for me growing up. I used to listen to her sing Somewhere Over the Rainbow on loop and try and sing like her, and I really do believe to this day a lot of my style as a vocalist was very heavily influenced by her. But after that, I didn't really watch it as much. I've never really been a fan of those reality singing shows for me specifically. I think that they could be a really, really great platform to get your voice out there on a larger scale. I think it's a really cool stepping ground to be able to reach more people, and obviously that's why people do it. But for me, it's always seemed a little bit ingenuine. They're looking for stories, they're looking for good television. And for me, I just never really felt the pull to audition for it. I never really wanted it. People were always like, why don't you try for The Voice or try for American Idol? And I just know myself, and I just had a feeling that that wasn't my path. I think that there are other ways for me. I have brutal audition anxiety, like very, very bad, where I will go into a room and physically I get so shaky and so panicky that my voice disappears. I don't know where it goes, and that's something I've struggled with for a really long time. I'm trying to work on it, but it takes over me a lot. So I've always struggled with auditioning because it's always been a little bit of a situation where I know I have a voice and I believe in myself, but I step into those audition rooms and the anxiety overtakes, and a lot of times it works against me and it can be really crippling. So I've always been like iffy about those types of shows. Again, I'm so sorry about the lawnmower thing. Hopefully it's not so bad. I'm not doing this again. So a couple weeks back, I wanna say about a month ago, around that time, I got an email from a casting producer from American Idol. And he said to me, you have been chosen, you have received a front of the line pass to audition for this season of American Idol at the end of July 23rd, which is today, in Brooklyn. So when I got this email, of course, I was super excited, and him reaching out to me and offering me that pass was really exciting in itself. You know, that was a huge achievement, and I was really proud of that, and it felt really good. But I was still really hesitant to actually do the audition because of the reasons that I've mentioned. But I was like, you know what? I was invited, let's just do it. I've never done it before. American Idol has been a part of my life forever. Let's give it a shot. So this morning, it was pouring. We had a huge thunderstorm here in New York last night. It was pouring rain this morning, and at some point it actually cleared up, but I went to Brooklyn this morning, and I went and I auditioned for American Idol. So basically what happened is they had it in at the Brooklyn Expo, I think is what it's called. It's just this like giant room, freezing by the way. Like I was already like shivering from nerves, and then I walked in and I was like, how am I supposed to sing? I'm shaking. They have like a registration before you go. You're told to fill out a release form and then like a story form so they know a little bit more about you. And they have all of these lines. It's this huge open crowded room. Everybody's talking. Instruments are being played. It's just like absolute chaos. And I remember looking around like, so where are the auditions? Because it was just this big open space with lines. The auditions were in that room. So they had little tables set up across. And basically what you do is you walk up to the table and you just sing for like 45 seconds to two people sitting at the table while the chaos is happening. It's super loud in the room. You can barely hear yourself think. I think some places they even do it outside. It's just a very chaotic place to audition, and for somebody who's already really bad with auditions, I was like, this is not gonna end well for me. This is not gonna work. I'm gonna suck. I'm not gonna be good. And I was kind of getting in my own head and I was nervous, but because I was kind of like a VIP front of the line pass, whatever you wanna call it, I actually got a wristband and they send you right to the front. So you don't have to wait on any of the lines and you just go in and you audition. But they kind of line you up 4 at a time and you stand there and they go you, and you sing, and they do it for 4 people, and then after the 4 people go, they tell you if they want you to like move on or not. So I was gonna sing a little clip of Take Me to Church because I thought that that would be good because I like the way that I sound when I sing it. I think it suited me. But as soon as I got there and I saw how loud you have to be because of how loud it is in the venue and how you have to like really try to overpower, I was like, this is more of me showcasing my style. It's not like belty enough. I feel like they won't even be able to hear me. So I last minute switched it and ended up singing It Will Rain by Bruno Mars. And I was so nervous and I was so overwhelmed and it was so loud. I could barely hear myself sing. And as it was happening, I was just kind of like, it's not happening for me here. That wasn't me, that wasn't good enough, it wasn't loud enough, and it just didn't work. And I knew it instantly. They were very nice to me. They really loved my name, definitely stuck out. which is cool because I've always hated my name, and in that situation it really helped me to stand out. And they were genuinely insistent that I come back. They definitely have things in mind going in. They have to, it's a television show. It just wasn't the right fit, and I felt that it wasn't the right fit for me. I always try and go with my gut because my gut is always right. American Idol, reality singing competitions is not my path. It's just not, and I know it, and I felt it, but I thought, you know what, I was invited, this is a cool opportunity, let me do it, and I did. But then you move forward. Like my tattoo says, keep driving forward. I have faced so much rejection. There have been so many roadblocks for me. There have been so many times where I was like, maybe the universe is telling me, stop pursuing this. But when it comes down to it, the reason that I am insistent on continuing to pursue it, and I have been for so long, is because I really, at the core, believe in what I have to offer. Wholeheartedly, I believe in it. I believe in my voice, and I believe in the power of it, and I'm gonna keep fighting for it, and I'm gonna keep going, and I'm gonna keep driving forward. And I hope that if this inspired you at all, it doesn't have to be singing or performing for anything that you're passionate about and trying to pursue and maybe a little bit discouraged right now. If this video has helped you at all, there was a part of me that was like, I'm not even gonna talk about it. I'm gonna sweep it under the rug. I'm proud of how far I've come, and I'm proud of how far I have to go, and I'm excited to see what's in store for me because there's so much. There's so many ways that this can go. There's so many paths that I can take. It was an experience that I think I needed to have, because there is always a part of me that hesitates to audition for things on a little bit of a larger scale because I'm so scared of rejection. But rejection is good. It's good to face rejection. It's cheesy, but it does. It builds character, it strengthens you, and it's important, especially in this career. I definitely have a lot to say and a lot I'd love to share, and I want to be open and honest about my journey. But is this focused? Focus. Focus on me. I'm gonna end this here. So that was my experience auditioning for American Idol, the first time and probably the last time, because I think that that is gonna close that chapter. It was a very short-lived chapter, but yeah, we're gonna move on from that. And listen, if you're looking to do it and give it a shot, go for it. Go for it, because you never know. And I was talking to my sister on the phone when I got out, and I was like, I wish I didn't even do it. I wish I didn't even do it, because now I'm sitting here like doubting my whole life. I feel so rejected, I feel horrible. And she was like, why would you wish you didn't do it? I did it, and I'm proud of myself for doing it, and now we're just gonna move on. It happened, and now we'll see where life takes me. So I'm gonna go finish my coffee now that it's probably cold. Thank you for watching this video. If you want more from me on this channel, definitely give this video a like and hit that subscribe button. Am I a YouTuber? Did I do that right? I actually had somebody say to me kind of recently, it was actually in a job interview, he was like, I tell all of my employees that you chase those dreams until you decide that you have hit a point where you can't chase them anymore, because you owe that to yourself. You owe it to yourself to see how far you can go. If you really wholeheartedly love something, if it is inside of you, if it makes you glad to be alive, you owe it to yourself to see how far you can take it. And I really, really believe that, and that's exactly how I feel with performing. I owe it to myself to see how far I can take it, and I'm going to keep driving forward. Thank you, Tat Mislani, I love you so much. Gonna keep driving forward, gonna finish this coffee, and I will see you next time. Bye.